So, are you still dealing with that holiday stress, that overwhelmed feeling, that fatigue? Let's review some of the tips that we have mentioned on how to deal with these holiday blues. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Karen Fisk, founder of Health Tracking with Karen, where we offer tips, coaching, and encouragement for those who are on a journey to health. Over the past few days, we have been involved in a series. Today is actually the third in this series of dealing with holiday health and Christmas chaos. So if you've joined me before, you know what this is about. This is about, if you are new to the party, you may want to go back and review some of those previous broadcasts just to catch up and see really where we are and how this healthy holiday can be accomplished. But just as a matter of review, there are 6 macro habits that we discussed earlier. There is the macro habit of healthy weight management, that of healthy eating and hydration, healthy motion, healthy sleep, healthy mind, and healthy surroundings. We've talked about those macro habits. We have talked about the secondary choices that help us support those habits. And we talked about a thing called structural tension to really help implement some of that support to get us to where we want to go and where we want to stay, especially during this holiday season. So today we're going to take just a few minutes and look at something that we call a habit loop. This is the way to go about changing those habits in order to have that lifelong health that we're looking for. This was a very helpful tool to me almost 3 years ago now, when I started on my journey to health and was able to lose 70 pounds in 8 months. And it was just it was a journey, but it's been great to be able to maintain that. So I hope you're going to find this as helpful as well as we go through this process. So I've got a tool today that's going to help me demonstrate that. Who knew these little spinners were actually the stocking stuffer idea a few years ago? Chris Haynes at People's Home Equity gave me this as just a little happy that year. And thank you, Brandy, for seeing that I got that. But with this spinner, it's got the 3 cogs. Our health loop, our habit loop, has those same 3 cogs. All right. So the first one is the cue. The cue is the stimulus that activates the new habit. This is something that happens that when it does, you know you've got to move to that new habit. So your cue. Let's say, for instance, the first thing you have to do is you have to choose which macro habit you want to work on and which secondary choice you want to develop to support that habit. So if we're looking again at that macro habit of weight management, one of the macro habits, the second choices that we mentioned in there, the secondary choice was that of portion control. Okay, so the cue for that is going to be mealtime. We're going to go to mealtime. Let's see if I can make this work in here. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, so mealtime is going to be the cue. We know that every mealtime, we're going to want to focus on portion control. All right, so cue, mealtime. The second point is routine. This has got to be something that we can do over and over and over again that's going to help support that macro habit. If we're looking at portion control, something we might consider as routine would be to use a 9-inch plate, for instance. So if we're looking at a 9-inch plate, what you're going to do then to establish that routine is you're going to go into your kitchen cabinet and you're going to put a stack of 9-inch plates in there. Not just one, because after the first meal, that one is going to be in the dishwasher, and then you're going to come to meal 2 and 3, and what you're going to do? You're going to reach for the regular size plate, right? Okay, so your cue is the mealtime. Your routine is to use a 9-inch plate. The third point is the reward, and this needs to be immediate. The reward needs to be something that you're going to be able to give yourself just right there on the spot, so that it's been a positive experience for you. For the reward of using a 9-inch plate, you could look at things like maybe, hey, this gives me the opportunity to have a cup of decaf coffee after dinner. Or this gives me the opportunity to have a cup of decaf tea after dinner. Or, hey, it's the holidays. Maybe after using the 9-inch plate, you get to have a little smooch with your sweetie under the mistletoe. I don't know, bring him into the mix too, bring her into the mix too. But you want some sort of, and it may just be something as simple as hey, good job, I did it, well done. Or a star on the refrigerator, and after a week of stars, then you reward yourself with a massage. But you need some simple reward that's going to let you know that you've done a good job. Now, the key to this is consistency. You want to be sure that you're doing this every time. You've got to make sure that nothing is going to get in the way of it. Like I said, the dishwasher that's going to hold the extra plates. No, you got to be sure that you got them there. And the second thing is to make sure that it's easy enough to do in that routine. Okay. Once you get those in place, it won't stop. I can't hold it and make it spin. Once you get those in place, then those healthy habits begin to happen. Okay. They begin to happen just like that spinner was spinning. So that's what you want to do to begin to create those habits. Now, if this information is helpful to you, something that you can use during the holidays to stay on track, to have more energy with your family, don't keep it to yourself. Share that with a friend. Tell them about it at the lunch table. Tell them about it at the break room at work, or share it with them on Facebook. However you want to do that, just share the information. It's the season of giving, right? So give them the gift of health as well. If this is helpful and you're appreciative of this, check out my fan page. Jump on there and follow that fan page where you can find other tips and other helpful things to get through the holiday season as well as every season of life. If you're already a follower, you might want to select See First. That way you'll know when I go live with more tips and more helpful things to look at. Now, we've talked about those macro habits. Monday, this is the weekend. Have a great weekend. But Monday, we're going to look at another micro habit and how to really begin to implement these changes over the long term using the micro habits, not the macro, micro, tiny habits toward this change. So again, thank you for being with me. If I can ever assist you, please let me know. And just hope that you do have the most wonderful weekend of the year. So thank you so much. Bye.